Hey, what's up, everybody? Nitro Fig here, back with another podcast. This week's guest will be Philly.500. Scott is off this week. He's vacationing in the Bahamas, I think, and Rob is still at work. So this week it will be me and Philly.500 talking about some big stuff that has happened today, nonetheless, and this week. How are you doing today, Philly?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thanks for having me. It's a busy day. We got a lot of things going on. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me on.
No problem. All right, so there was big news that just broke about an hour ago. Jarvis Landry is traded to the Cleveland Browns. What do you think?
I think that's an interesting trade because they gave up 2 picks, and wasn't he supposed to be a free agent? Is he willing to stay there? Is he franchise tag, right?
Yeah, he was supposed to be a free agent, I think, either this year or next year. I'm not completely sure. But the fact that they traded for Jarvis Landry means that they want players.
Yeah.
They don't want picks. And a lot of people thought it was the other way around. So this is the way I see it, all right? They're getting premier talent right now at the veteran position, all right?
Yeah.
We got Michael Bennett the other day,
right?
All right? We're going to put all these pieces together, and we're going to trade up to number 1 to get Saquon Barkley. It's gonna happen, dude. I'm telling you.
I love it. I mean, I didn't think about Michael Bennett being used as a trade. I thought maybe he would free up like Brandon Graham or Vinnie Curry in a trade, maybe.
Right.
But I mean, it's interesting. Look, they're bringing in Landry. This is a team that lost every game last year. Every game, right? And people say, "Oh, they just want picks." They've had nothing but picks for the last few years, and it's brought them nothing. They need players to win. And what are they going to tell Landry? They probably told him we're going to go out and get a quarterback. Don't worry. So I think they're in the market to get a quarterback. Now, is it Foles? Is it somebody else? I don't know. But I'm liking it. I think there's something definitely up.
No, definitely. You just nailed it right on the head. Honestly, they may look the route to get a free agent QB or to trade with a QB already in the league if they're not going to go after a premier talent in the draft. They have Josh Rosen. They have Josh Allen. And they have Sam Darnold to choose from in the draft if they want a young QB. Now, they have 1 million picks in the first round, so there's no reason not to get a QB in the first round.
Yeah.
But the Browns know that their fan base has been suffering for years. And they want to start getting this winning thing on the right track immediately because 0-16, 1-15, I'm sorry, for business, that's bad. No matter how loyal your fan bases are, they're going to stop going. I'm telling you. Like, these tickets last year on StubHub for the Browns were at $10 for the lower level.
Jeez.
That's bad.
That is bad.
Yeah.
That's real bad.
That's really bad for business. So, in my honest opinion, if they want to do it right, they'll trade with us and they will have the luxury to give us their first-round pick without hurting themselves.
Yeah, I love it. I think, I know a lot of people think it's impossible, but I don't believe it's impossible. I believe anything is possible.
Yeah.
And think about it. If you're Hugh Jackson, you went 0-16. The last thing you want to do is draft a rookie quarterback to come in and then, win 3 games this year, maybe at most, you know what I mean? And then you get fired, a new coach comes in and takes over your team and that quarterback. He doesn't want that. He needs to win. He wants to keep his job. He may actually go to them and say, look, you screwed up everything. Go get me a quarterback that has played that can win. So I think them getting Landry tells you that they want to win more than they want to collect draft picks.
Right.
I think that's totally true.
Yeah.
Now,
they have Josh Gordon already, and they have now they have Landry. They have Josh Gordon. Now they have to look for a QB. They don't necessarily have to look for one. Like I said, they have luxury. They have luxury now.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just think that they can turn around their franchise with a flick of the wrist. I honestly don't think that there's much that they have to do to turn around their franchise. They just need a smart GM in there, and I don't think their GM's all that smart. I mean, if you fuck up this draft for the Cleveland Browns, I don't know what you are. It's not that you're a bad GM. You might just be a bad person because I just don't understand how you fuck up.
Yeah. Well, and I also think that if you're going to go out and did I lose you? Are you back? Okay. But if you're going to go out and get if you have the first or fourth pick, the last thing you want to do is draft a quarterback first and then a running back fourth. You take Barkley first, then you take a quarterback fourth. And if they don't do that, they might as well trade the first overall pick, in my opinion, because it doesn't make any sense.
No, it wouldn't make any sense because this is exactly what would happen. They would take the QB, and then the Giants would go for Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
They don't – like it would make absolutely no sense. Barkley is going number one. That's period. The Giants are not getting Saquon Barkley. So it's either the Browns are going to get him or we're going to fucking get him. It's just that simple.
And I want it to be us. I want Barkley, man. Yes, I know it's hard. I've heard all the things this week about us even thinking about this. We've gotten crushed. We've gotten killed for thinking about this. And you know what? That tells me that we should do it. We definitely should do it. And I hear people going, well, New England, they didn't go out and do these things when they won Super Bowl. Our identity, this team's identity is aggressiveness. Aggressive free agents, aggressive with the trades and Howie Roseman. And look at all the moves he's done to put us in a position to win. That's what we do. Our play calling's aggressive, our team's aggressive. That's what we do. And what would be more aggressive than to go out and somehow figure a way to get up to one? That would be unbelievable.
Exactly. It would be amazing. And for all the people doubting us and hating on us and saying we're bad fans for thinking this way, why would we ever think this? Let me tell you something, all right? We just won our first Super Bowl in nearly 60 goddamn years, okay? If you want to continue to win these Super Bowls and continue to have a good feeling about yourselves, you go out there and upgrade your team because this is exactly what the other teams in this division are going to do. If the Giants get Saquon Barkley, let me tell you something. They're going to contend with us next year. All right, because their defense was completely injured last year. They had 22 people on IR on both sides of the ball last year. And you don't think that they're going to be better? Eli Manning's not that bad of a QB. I'm sorry. He still has at least 2 to 3 years left. He doesn't have to do much. He just stands there and throws the ball. So with all the weapons they have on offense, if they add a lineman or two on offensive line, they're going to be scary. And it really scares the shit out of me. You imagine that offense with Saquon Barkley?
Man, that would be tough. That would be tough. I think that Saquon to the Giants for a couple of years will be very tough because with Eli, they have a quarterback. Once they lose Eli, they may have trouble because Barkley will be good enough to always win them like 7, 8, 9 games, but they may not be able to go and draft a quarterback. So I think that the Giants next year, if they have Barkley, that's going to be tough. I don't even want to think about that. It makes me sick in my stomach, to be honest. I love Barkley.
It's awful. Do I even dare to peek at the comment section? All right, let's take a look. Let's take a little look. All right, I'm going to start off with Bad Dog because I want to get as upset. The Giants are going to sell. Yeah, he said the Giants are going to sign Norwell and draft Barkley. Listen, Bad Dog, buddy. The Giants don't have a shot, a snowball's chance in the microwave to get Saquon Barkley. They have 0 shot. You're going to have to trade up with the Cleveland Browns to get Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is going number 1. It's it. I mean, they're not going to draft a QB number 1 and hope that Saquon falls to number 4. They'll know that you're going to get him. Why would they do that? There's a ton of depth at the QB position. Well, I don't think so, but for the analysts out there, there's a ton of depth at the QB position out there. You got Josh Allen, Rosen, and Darnold. How can you go wrong there? So you draft Saquon Barkley number 1, and then you go number 4 and get one of those 3 QBs. I mean, it's that simple.
Yeah, that's what I would do if I was Cleveland. And shout out to Bad Dog. I like Bad Dog. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's funny. I mean, me and him talk shit back and forth. Yeah. Like, right after we won the Super Bowl, like I put out a really mean video towards him, but you know what? He ate his crow, and I took down that video. But no, it was pretty funny.
No, he was. Yeah, his video was good, man. I enjoyed his video. I enjoy his videos. I love Bad Dog.
Yeah. No, he's a good video maker. He makes me laugh. He also just said that they have Crowell and Duke Johnson. Dude, who the fuck are those guys?
Yeah, like, but they're not. Look, Barkley is in my opinion, I think Barkley is one of the best prospects at running back to come out, maybe since Adrian Peterson. I think he's that good. Yes. I think that they would be crazy. I like Josh Allen a little bit. So if I was Cleveland, I would probably take Barkley and then try to get Allen at 4 or something like that. But if they do skip, I mean, this is the Browns, so they are capable of screwing this whole thing up. But that's why they're also capable of trading. you know?
Big time.
But I don't want Barkley at the Giants. It's a thought I really hate to think about.
You won't have to worry about. There's no way. There's no shot that the Saquon Barkley doesn't go number one. There's no shot. He'll be the first running back taken, I think, since '95 as the first overall pick.
The only way is if somebody like Denver trades up to one.
Yeah.
If something like that happens, then we may be in trouble.
Yeah. No, I don't think you have to worry about it, honestly.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting though. But I think this Landry pickup for Cleveland, I think they're going to try to go out and get a quarterback. I really do. So hopefully we at least can attempt it. Maybe it's hard. Maybe it's almost nearly impossible. I don't know. But just try. That's all I want. Just try.
Let me tell you something, dude. It's not impossible. We have the ammo to do it. And we wouldn't even be giving up much on our own team to be doing it. Now, is it a lot? Yes. But to us, it's not because we have the depth. Yeah. And people don't understand that. Like, we have the depth to do it, so why not do it if you want a generational player? Like, yeah. I just don't understand that. Like, we'd win Super Bowls for years.
And you need to clear cap space. They got to sign Wentz to an extension after next year. And we know they're already over the cap, so they got to clear out some people. Some people that played this year have to go. It's just the way it is. So if you can package them, then do it.
Yeah. In my personal opinion, I'm going to tell you this right now. Michael Bennett, no matter what happens, will not be suited up as a Philadelphia Eagle next year.
Interesting. I think that's very interesting. I never thought about them flipping him. I thought maybe Brandon Graham wanted too much money and wasn't going to play, and they felt they had to move on from him. But maybe I will remember that you said that, and I will definitely make a point to talk about it if he gets traded and flipped.
I just don't think, like, when Michael Bennett came to the Eagles, I started laughing. All I did was laugh in my video because I was like, why? Like, I mean, it's like adding insult to injury to other teams in the league. It's like we got this player, we didn't even necessarily need him. Like, yeah. Like, he's a great player, don't get me wrong. I just don't think that we really need him. Like, we have so much depth at the D-line position. Like, yeah, we have people rotating in, rotating out. It's just I just don't know. I guess it saves you a little bit of money because he's getting older, but I don't necessarily get it. Yeah. To be honest with you, so that's why he's going to be on the Birds.
What is he? How old is he? 33, 34? 32? Yeah. So he's getting older. He probably won't take as many snaps. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, the Eagles, something big is getting ready to happen. I feel like with the trade with Torrey Smith today, I think something is getting set up. I don't know what it is, but something's coming. And maybe it's that. Maybe it's
going to be a blockbuster. It's going to be such a huge blockbuster that people will be like, oh, my God, they're going to repeat and probably go 19-0. It's going to be that big of a blockbuster.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for it. I think it's going to be a blockbuster, too. I think something's coming. I don't know what. I mean, now you know, what are they going to do at wide receiver? Are they going to go after, like, I would like to trade for Martavis Bryant. I think he would be a perfect fit. Maybe do they take a shot with Sammy Watkins and try to sign him? Is there some way that they can even sign him? I don't know, but I think that something is coming. Something's in the works, and today's trade is a step in.
I got another one for you. Since we're the world champions of football, all right.
Okay.
A lot of players now want to come here. Mm-hmm. All right. Hypothetically speaking, and I'm talking about this right now, if Calvin Johnson wanted to come out of retirement, all right, and the Lions could buy him out, do you think he would fit here in Philadelphia?
Do I think he would fit? Yeah, if he still could run, and still have speed, I think so. Okay. You know, and you have a whole outside wide receiver spot open. You know, and I mean, I know Alshon. I don't know if Alshon's going to be ready for week 1. I don't know how long it's going to take for him to recover. I would give it a shot. What the hell? Yeah.
Yeah, they said week, and they also said that Calvin Johnson was actually considering coming back, but he didn't want to play for the Browns. Not the Browns, the Lions, same shit, but the Lions in the Super Bowl, and we just proved that we can win a championship. So if he comes here and teams up with Alshon Jeffery and gets his legs back,
the Eagles need to do things like that. They don't have a lot of money. They got to find ways to save cap space and still better. I mean, look at teams like the Rams, everybody's going to gun for the Eagles. Everybody wants a piece. So we have to improve. We have to find ways. That's why when you talk about trying to get a blockbuster trade for like Barkley or somehow, those things are the kind of things the Eagles have to do. Maybe Martavis, maybe get Megatron out of retirement. But they have to do things like that because they don't have enough money to go out and just sign big names.
Exactly. They started, I think, 11 over the cap, and they just cut it down to, I think, at $3 million under the cap. So they're getting better with the cap standpoint, but at the same time, you're going to need to bolster this lineup because, like I said, it's a year-to-year league, and you're going to have to do something like, I don't know, cut a player, trade a player, like Vinnie Curry, for example. They were talking about getting rid of him, and I think he's $9 million owed. So that would cut off $9 million, which would give us $12 million under the cap, and it would give us some space to do what we wanted.
Yeah. I think if they cut Curry, I read it was $5 million saved after June 1st. If they cut him, they saved $9 million. They got like a $6 million dead money hit. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. And then you have Brandon Graham. Is Brandon Graham going to play? Is he going to hold out if he doesn't get a new contract? I mean, we don't know what's really going on with him.
Right.
So, I don't know. But on offense, like, I would like to see this team more explosive. I'd like to see them get more explosive with, those big game breakers. Like, if they could find a way to do that on the outside, I would love it.
It would be amazing. And you know what? I love that we're talking about all of this, this unrealistic stuff, as people are going to say in the comment section. But is it really unrealistic to think about this stuff? Because like I said, the Patriots went out and got Brandon Cooks last year. Did he work out for them? He could have, but he got injured in the Super Bowl, and we'll never know. But they saw, even though they won a championship, they want to continue to win, and they needed to add to their lineup that was really depleted at the wide receiver position. And we have one marquee wide receiver, in my opinion, and that is Alshon Jeffery. Yeah. If you add another one, it would completely bolster our lineup, and add a running back in there, a star-studded running back like Saquon Barkley, and trade up for him. That's also good.
That would be a dynamic offense. Look, you have to. I don't know. I like talking about things even if they're unrealistic or whatever. I like it because it's fun, but also when you're in the position the Eagles are, they have to. A few years ago, people would have said you can't get Wentz from where they're picking, and they made 2-3 trades to get into a position to get him. So when people say that can't be done or whatever, that just means it hasn't been. That doesn't mean it can't. And to me, that's what I like about Howie Roseman. He thinks outside the box. He's thinking outside the box. He's doing things that normally people wouldn't do. And that's why I say anything's possible.
Yeah, anything can happen. That's exactly true, man. You never know with the Philadelphia Eagles now because we never thought that we would win a championship. We really didn't. I remember your first couple of years on here, you'd sarcastically make fun of Howie Roseman. You'd be like,
"Yeah, I didn't like him."
No, I know you didn't. I didn't really like him either. And he's been doing magic. And I think his little timeout away, and they put him in the closet when Chip Kelly was here. I think that that helped him out a little bit. They put him in timeout. And that was great.
Yeah, they did. And his identity was, look, I got nothing to lose. I'm going to be aggressive. So he was aggressive with trades, aggressive with contracts, aggressive in a lot of ways. Then he gets a coach, right? And Peterson, all he is aggressive play caller, aggressive. That's kind of what our team is. So why not think outside the box and be aggressive and try to go out and find a way to get Saquon Barkley? Because I'm telling you, the offense would be so scary in the league. And whatever holes you have on defense, you could mask with that offense.
Exactly. And one of the people in the comment section just brought up a good point. The Rams are loading up. And the LA Rams on defense are going to be scary now. They just got Aqib Talib. The other day they got somebody. No, they traded somebody. They traded Alec Ogletree to the New York Giants, but they got Aqib Talib, a star-studded cornerback.
Yeah.
And they're really going to try to load up now because the Rams on offense were really good last year.
Yeah. And that is for one reason. That is to be able to beat the Eagles. That is to go after the Eagles and beat them. Aqib Talib, Marcus Peters. I think they got Sam Shields too, I think. I'm not sure. Yep. But, dude, they're loading up too. Yeah. And sometimes that doesn't work. We know from, the Dream Team and that kind of thing. But their core is already in place. They got a running back. They got a quarterback. And we just don't know. I think the Eagles are still better. We'll still beat the Rams. but they're trying to build a team to beat us. We have to try to improve ourselves.
Oh yeah, and how could I forget about that? They just got Marcus Peters as well.
Yeah. I mean, that's a scary cornerbacks, man.
Dude, they have 2 star-studded cornerbacks now.
Yeah,
with a pass rush.
So I think that the Eagles. I think something's going on. I think the Foles trade. See, with Foles, I think a lot of Eagle fans are selling Foles value short. They're like, oh, we'll get a 2nd-round pick, maybe 2 twos. The guy won an MVP of the Super Bowl. We are an unprecedented part. This is unprecedented that a Super Bowl MVP, just who won it, could possibly be traded. How do you determine the value of a guy like that? We don't really know. It's never been done before.
Right.
So I'm telling you, I'm not selling him for less than like a 1st and a 2nd or 2 twos.
No.
I mean 2 ones. I'm sorry, 2 ones. So look, I think if the Eagles play the free agency right and they let Cousins go and all these quarterbacks go and then hold on to Foles, somebody will pay you big time.
No, and these idiot experts on Twitter are saying that they would give up Foles for a 2nd-round pick. I'm like, no, I would never, ever, ever just give him up for a 2nd-round pick straight up.
No, I wouldn't either. He's won a Super Bowl MVP because look, even if he struggled and had bad years, how many guys have been able to handle the pressure in an NFC Championship game? How many guys have been able to handle playing mano a mano, punch for punch, blow for blow with Tom Brady? None. You know he can do that. That we know he can do. So I think that makes him very valuable.
Now I know damn well Donovan McNabb couldn't play with him, so I guess Nick Foles is better than him.
He handled the moment better. I think I always thought Nick Foles was cool under pressure. That's what I liked about Nick Foles. Right. And look, I think that any team that gets him knows and builds a team around him. You put a good team around him. Yeah, I think Foles can win for you.
Exactly. And it's just crazy because I've always said I've liked Nick Foles, and then people would bash me saying he sucks. And I was like, yeah, just watch. If he wins us the Super Bowl, you're going to, praise him. And it just pisses me off.
Well, think about it. Foles had 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions with us, right? Mm-hmm. And then Chip Kelly didn't really even like him or give him a fair shot. Yeah. Then he gets traded. Then the Rams, he goes to Jeff Fisher, who has no offensive ability, calling plays, whatever. He totally ruined Foles. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Then Foles goes back to Kansas City. He plays okay in a few games for them. But I think it just took him a while when he came back to Philly to have a coach who said, what does he do well? We're going to let him do what he does well and play. And that's what happened.
Exactly. You just nailed it right on the head, And I just don't know. I'm really excited. As you know, I'm a huge Philadelphia Flyers fan. They're playing horrible right now. The Sixers, they just lost to Miami for the 2nd time in 2 weeks. Other than the Philadelphia Eagles, we don't really know what's going to happen with other Philadelphia sports. So the Philadelphia Eagles got to keep the train moving. They got to keep going. Yeah,
they got to. They got to repeat. I want to repeat.
Oh, I want to go back.
I want a back-to-back, man. I want 2 quick Super Bowl rings. And if the Eagles are going to do it, they got to find a way to improve, and then they got to find a way to have cap space, and then they're going to have Wentz. They got a lot of things to do. So why not package some guys and trade them and ship them? See if Cleveland will go. Maybe they won't, but try it. Try at least.
I got this question 5 times in the comment section. Do we sign Ndamukong Suh?
If he played for the minimum, if he was like, oh, I'll play for the league minimum, I don't know what it is, like $1 million, $2 million, maybe, but I doubt it'll happen.
Well, Ndamukong Suh, I knew he was signed for $100 million with Miami.
Yeah.
So for him to come here, would we have to eat most of that?
No, I don't think so. I think what happened is he said during joint practices that he would play for the Eagles for free. So people think that that he'll play for the minimum. I think that's what they think. I don't know. He could have just said that in passing, trying to be nice to one of the coaches, Yeah. But I don't count it. But I mean, look, if he wants to play and he wants to play real cheap, of course I would sign him.
And then I got another question. They were like, Tyrann Mathieu for Vinnie Curry straight up, and I'm like, I mean, I like him. I do like him. But, I mean, now we're just thinking like, oh, we're going to get everybody. No, we just need to get a couple pieces to bolster the lineup, and that's it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if they would trade. I don't know if the Cardinals would do that trade, to be honest with you. I mean, the guy I keep thinking about is Martavis Bryant because he wants out. He's only $700,000, and he's faster than Torrey Smith, and he's in a contract year, so maybe he'll be on his best behavior. And I don't know. I don't know about Sammy Watkins. I kind of have a weird feeling the Eagles may make a run at him. For some weird reason, I just have a weird feeling. Yeah. But I don't know why. It's just a gut feeling.
No, Martavis Bryant is a good burner. But the thing is I don't know. I feel like he looked better than what he was because he was on the Steelers with the Killer Bees. And I just don't think he's a great star-studded wide receiver. But like you said, if he plays for $750,000, I mean, why not give him a shot? Because anyone's better than what we have. Well, what we have at that position right now. Because I don't know if I trust Matt Collins personally.
Right.
I think he could fit as well as Torrey Smith, but Matt Collins to me is just like an kind of wide receiver.
Yeah. Did you see today on Twitter? Jason Peters put a video up of Carson Wentz throwing on the ground.
On the ground.
Bullets. Okay, he has such a big arm that to me, if you could get a guy who's like Deshaun Jackson type speed, who can stretch the field, he will do so much for Carson Wentz and Alshon Jeffrey. That's the main reason I like Bryant, because he's fast.
Right.
And that's what I want to get. I want to get a burner who's really fast. And you know, I heard Tavon Austin wants to play for the Eagles. So
everyone wants to play for the Eagles.
Yeah. So it's just going to be interesting. I don't know. I felt there would be 3 big trades before the draft. There's already 2, so there's going to be more than 3. Yeah. But I think there's a big blockbuster. I think the Eagles are moving chess pieces right now for a major move.
You think we're going to turn into the Golden State Warriors of the football world?
Maybe. I mean, maybe. You know, I don't know. I think that the Eagles are in their golden era. I think that the next 10 years we will win a few Super Bowls, and this will be the best run we ever had. I really do, because I like Carson Wentz that much.
Yeah. So you think we get like 2 titles out of him?
I think 3.
3
at the least. Yeah. We already got 1, so we're already 1 up. I thought it would take another, like, I thought it would take 2 more years, and they did it in 1 more year. Yeah. So, and now Carson, he's motivated. Like, you could tell, like, he wants to win one and prove that he can win that big. Right. So I think he's going to come back, and I think he's going to tear the league up, and I think they're going to repeat.
Big time. And, you know, it's like you said, it's crazy. Like, you thought it was going to happen 2 years, and no one thought it was going to happen this year. I thought we were going to get to the playoffs and get bounced out in the first round. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. I said anything after that would be a bonus, and we did it. So what I always say, though, is that in Philadelphia sports, when you least expect it, it happens. Because there's no pressure. Now that we have the pressure and we're expected to win, how does this team as a whole take that?
I think because they won, and it's already – I think that takes a lot of the pressure off, or at least they believe. Like, remember the old Eagles with McNabb? They lost the championship game after championship game. There was like a lot of pressure for them to get over the hump and win one. This team already won one. They've done it. So I don't think there's that much pressure as there normally would be. I think it helps a lot is what I'm trying to say.
No, I agree. And, you know, it's just wild, man. I didn't really – I never saw us winning.
It's amazing. It's still amazing to me. I just watched the Denver game the other day. I'm still going back and watching the whole thing. It was an amazing season. And I can't wait to see what happens, because this is a really fun time of year with free agency frenzy about to start.
Definitely.
You know.
So basically that was our podcast today. I know you got to get out of here early, so I finished it up just for you, buddy. Thanks for coming on today and talking about what we're going to do in free agency to help bolster this team and win us like 5 more titles in the next 5 years. And we'll see what happens there.
Thanks for having me on, man. Anytime you want, just let me know. I'll try to come on. I appreciate it. It was fun. It's fun. I like these kind of podcasts where you just dream and think outside the box about things that could happen or couldn't happen. You know, that's fun.
All I know is I guarantee you one thing. This team in the next couple weeks will make a huge blockbuster splash.
Agree. I'm with you 100% on that. I think it's coming. I think all the pieces are being set.
Yep. Saquon Barkley to the Eagles, baby. Let's go.
That's it. That's what we need.
Yep.
I'm ready.
All right, buddy.
All right. Thank you.
No problem.